Want one of those white melons?
Yes.
There is some serious bug action going on over here.
There's a big one right there. Can you cut it?
Here, let's do like Mowgli. Here you go. Here, just take those seeds off. Now sing. I've got the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Yeah? That'll do, huh? What do you think? Huh?
We made all these garden beds.
Daddy, with the help of our friends. Daniel built this last garden bed. Noah helped. Uncle Paul helped. Lots of our friends helped. What is up, guys? Down in the garden, as you can tell. Doing something a little different today. I am going to shoot a vlog entirely on my iPhone. I actually use pretty good vlogging cameras. I have an 80D, a Canon 80D, and a Canon M50. I have two different cameras, one's larger than the other. For a long time I shot my videos on a G7X, but I always tell people when they say that they want to do YouTube to just get started. And if you've got an iPhone or a phone, a cell phone, I mean, so many of them have pretty high capacities for doing videos. I'm going to shoot and edit this video entirely on my phone just to show you that you can. Is this basil not just completely beautiful? It just fills the air with fragrance. It's beautiful. So this is a type of pepper that just got a couple that are ripe. I grew this last year, but they didn't do well and it didn't get any, but I have a handful on here right now. It's called Chile Chilaka. I have no idea if it's hot or not. I'm gonna try it. I don't think it's super hot because I would not have grown it. That's definitely got, there's the kick of heat. This is super fruity though. It's not like burning hot. I ate the end. I probably won't take another bite because there's more seeds the higher you go up. Therefore, it's going to be a little hotter. What are you guys doing? You got a melon? Are you vlogging? Yeah. You vlogged? Cool.
Okay, what's this?
Isn't that gorgeous? Shovel. I was hoping to get a bigger one than this. There we go. That'll work. I also need this bucket. Oh, does it make video? Let me see. It does make video. Okay. Wow, that looks really cool. I didn't know your camera even made video.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Jungle Boy. I so love the childhood they get to have. It's wonderful. Kids' garden is desperately in need of a reset. Got a few more cherry tomatoes here. We can pick off these plants. And I actually want to dig something up. Our plan is to go ahead and let the goats in here so they can eat up all the weeds in the walkways. This is, for the most part, done. The kids have come down here and still picked a few things here and there. But it's, for the most part, over with. Got some pepper plants still producing pretty good. On here are the last cherry tomatoes of the year on the farm. All my plants are already gone. This is a Napa Chardonnay blush. My old old friend. Look, you've still got some ground cherries. So for all you who are seeing all these on the ground being like, whoa, there's a ton of them. Most of these are empty because the little buggies get them before us in a lot of cases.
A worm got on that one.
Oh man, bummer.
You got the sunflower.
So Benjamin got the sage up.
Oh yeah.
He did that. Isn't that pretty?
The purple basil's still living.
The purple basil is living, but it has sprouted. So we're just gonna leave that down here because it has already gone to seed. Grab the sage. You wanna go let the goats down here? Let's go let the goats out. Over there. You wanna go get the goats with me? Eating cherry tomatoes, bro? Mm-hmm. These are like precious cherry tomatoes because we don't know when the next ones will be. A lot of these are yucky because there's a bunch of bugs down here that make them kind of sticky and then get yucky quick. But this is kind of interesting. So I grew a variety in my big garden this year called Dancing with Smurfs, a little cherry tomato, and they ended up being on the larger side, and I didn't care for them. They were a little mealy. They were supposed to be really dark purple, and they just weren't that dark. Well, the kids had one of those plants down here in their garden. They had a Dancing with Smurfs plant, and that's what this plant is. And look at these things, like really normal size, smallish, very purple. It's got a little bit of red on this side, but I mean, that's a pretty purple tomato. And the flavor's really good. Now, I don't know if these are the best ones to judge on because they haven't been harvesting these regularly, so they've been out here for a while. It's been really warm, so they're very like concentrated sugar. But man, really, really good and really purple. Like, look here. Ooh, that one's kind of yucky, but see how dark that is? And several of them here are like that. Of course, this branch was laid over, so they're a little more in the sunshine. They've got a very red side. But these are very different. I wonder if somehow there wasn't a cross. If this might be a cross, or if the one in my garden was a cross. Is that good? A way to protect this pepper plant because it is super healthy. We could try to transplant it as well. Here, can I see that shovel? Here, I'm gonna dig on this a little bit, and then I want you to try to pull it up, okay?
There's really good stuff that we digged up.
Oh, the sage that we dug up, yeah. Just like that. Here, careful, don't knock my phone over.
What about I hold it?
No, it's recording.
Hey.
There we go. You got it?
Wow, this is big.
Yeah, it is. Go put it in the bucket.
I can't open the gate right now.
Here, let me just lift it over there. I'll put it over the fence into the bucket. That might be too big to transplant. Well, it may shock, but if we left it, it would definitely be eaten by goats, so at least there's a chance. People ask me all the time, like, hey, should I transplant this? Do you think that I'll have enough time to get a harvest if I plant this? You know, should I try? And my mindset on that is kind of like, well, like for instance, I can try to move that pepper plant. It may fail, but if I leave it here, it will definitely fail because it'll get eaten by goats. So it's kind of one of those things. If you don't try to plant it, you will definitely not get anything. If you try, you might. Better odds that way. Alpaca boys. Hey, Bill, are you over here instead of over there knocking on the ladies? What's up, man? Hey, handsomest boy in the whole world. Look at Bill, isn't he sharp? All right, let's go help the farm boy. He can't get over the gate. Quit messing with that. Hey, big girl. Hey, big girl. She is so big. Y'all, we leave for Santa Rosa next week. I don't think Clover is that close. I think that she would be showing more signs of imminent baby having if she was that close, but I don't know. So we get a lot of questions from people who are wanting to start a YouTube channel. Whatever topic it is that you may be wanting to share, people say, how did you get started? What do you need to get started? What is your biggest advice? And you know, I started getting those questions, I think, when our channel was probably less than 10,000 subscribers. People started asking for advice on how to get started. And at first I was like, I don't really feel qualified. Our channel grew really fast. I just don't really know. And I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off. And I thought, I'll be able to give that advice when I have like 100,000 subscribers. And then I thought, well, I'll be able to give that advice after I've been doing it for a year and a half. And I kept putting back these deadlines, kind of disqualifying myself from kind of sharing that sort of advice. Now, here we are, very, very close to 200,000 subscribers. And I was talking to somebody who messaged me and they were like, all I have is my iPhone. You know, I'm waiting, I'm saving until I can buy a good camera. And I was like, oh no, you should totally shoot videos on an iPhone. Oh, some of our first videos were shot on an iPhone, I don't know, 5 or 6, whatever we had years ago. And I thought, you know what, I just want to shoot a video showing that you can totally shoot good content on a cell phone. And that's what kind of led me to this idea today. My main advice to anybody who is looking to get started in YouTube, I have 2 big things. One, just start. No, I have 3 big things. Just start, period. We actually started our YouTube channel like 2.5 years before we took it seriously. We put out a few videos and then we came back like a year later and we put out a few more videos. And those being there kind of accumulated the watch time and accumulated the subscribers. And so when we came back and took it seriously, we were already past the minimum requirements to be monetized. And of course, we were not making very much money at all. When we first started back, it was literally like a few dollars a month. But it was encouraging. And just that was a big thing. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is going to take 2.5 years to get their stuff together and get off the ground. I would suggest you don't do that. But just start. If you wait until you are perfect, if you wait for the perfect circumstances, you're just never going to do it. And that kind of leads me into my second thing. Stop being so hard on yourself. It's very difficult when you are videoing yourself because you're like, oh my gosh, my hair's not standing right, it's frizzy, my voice is annoying, and you know, I have a yellow tooth or whatever it is. I mean, you're gonna nitpick yourself. You're literally gonna edit videos and be like, wow, I say, you know, like so much, I should really stop. You know, like, that wasn't on purpose. So yeah, you are going to drive yourself crazy. But you have a valuable part to share. And the thing is just be kind to yourself. Don't be a perfectionist. Do the best you can and just start putting content out. You have this window before your channel gets really big that you get to make content that is your learning content. And one day you'll look back on it and think it's funny. But if you go to almost any big YouTuber, and if they haven't deleted it, if you go all the way back to their early content, you're gonna see that they were in a growing place as well. Look at that beautiful sky. The sun is going down. Oh yep, sure enough, there is the moon, Ben. It's pretty, huh? And lastly, the third big thing, be honest. Just be you. Be who you are. Don't try to be somebody else. They're already doing that. Just be who you are. And truly, I think that living this out, and it will create this, you know, this yucky thing inside of you, because that's what always happens whenever we are hiding. Where we become really afraid of rejection, we become really not okay with ourselves, we become really discontent in our life, and that is not a way to live. I think one of the most valuable things that YouTube has done for our family is like we want it to be real. And so we have issues that come up. We have arguments in our marriage. We have things, we have bad days. And the thing that we really said from the beginning is we wanted to live in a glass house, which meant we really wanted to be honest. And so for us, like, if we're at a place of disconnection in our marriage, I don't want to put a camera on that. So instead of putting the camera on and faking it, we're like, hey, we got to do our job. Let's really like get connected here. Let's get to the bottom of this. I love you. And there, there's not that temptation to just be ugly to each other, be disconnected to each other for a few days, because we want to be honest. And so we have this motivator to really like push through those things. And I know that might sound crazy, but honestly, it's been so good to us. The other thing is, just share the reality of situations. And I think that means sharing the joy when you have it and the excitement when you have it. I was talking about intentional gratitude the other day. We share all of those things. We decided to share the fullness of who we are with our faith. With the fact that we're a blended family, there are things that we struggle with, and we share those things. But also, sometimes I have to share the fact that, I'm just kind of having a bad day. I'm just kind of blue. We're dealing with grief. This is the reality of our life.
Ben, the goats just found the garden. They just found that it's open. Oh, look at them. They think they're not supposed to be in there. They're going fast for it.
Oh, guys, the fireflies are coming out. Oh, Ruth. What's going on, girlfriend? Can you guys see the fireflies back there? I don't know if you'll be able to see them. What is it, Bill? Hey, Manny. Hey, cutie boy.
I'm trying to show our friends all those fireflies out in the woods. You guys see them? Hey, little buddy.
Hey.
He's sniffing you.
What is his name?
A stogie.
Manny.
Do. Handy Manny. Nope. So I don't know if that's actually very helpful advice. It seems very basic to me. But I do want you guys to be encouraged that if this is something that you feel led to do, it's worthy. It's like, I really do think that this is a really cool thing. I feel so blessed that we get to have it as our job at this point, and that it has opened so many relationships and resources. It's just really, really amazing. And to see people be inspired to start growing their own food and to live a simpler life, that is so encouraging to me. I need to look at my phone. You wanting to see what's going on here? Yeah? Is that interesting? But I really do think that there is tremendous value in sharing an honest view on social media. I think that if your goal is community and connection, if your goal is to inspire people and to encourage people, there's no other way to go about it. You're gonna have to just be frank, because people will learn from your mistakes, and people will learn from your discouragements and being able to relate with you. And also, we have an opportunity to teach people something that they're just not getting from mainstream sources. So I think it's really important, and I encourage you to do it. To start with what you have. You can shoot a pretty good video on a phone. Might not be quite as clear, and it might be a little more shaky than on a fancy camera, but don't let that hold you back. Just do what you can with what you have.
Yep, look at them. I wonder how quickly they'll get this cleared out.
Maggie's eating those rotting tomatoes up. That's my girl. Well, guys, I am very clearly out of light, but I do appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. God bless you. Until next time.